guys, welcome to Behind the Scenes. It's Wednesday. I'm Angela Wolf, and I'm really excited to see you today. May it is. You would never know it by looking outside because it's raining. I'm wearing a turtleneck. I think it's like 45 degrees out. Yeah, not really the ideal day to go fishing, but fishing tournament season is on. So starting tomorrow, we have a big tournament. So I better get my warm skin going, right? All right, guys, pop in, say hi. If you've never been here before, I always love to hear where you're from. Plus, you never know if your neighbor's sewing next to you. And please excuse my voice today. I have hot tea, but I'm a little bit under the weather. Just can't nip this little spring cold or whatever it is. So, oh well, what do you do, right? But I knew you guys would make my day, so I popped in anyways to say hi. So good morning, Clovis. I see Dawn rolling in, Nancy, Melody, Tracy, all of you guys. Hi, Lynn. So yesterday, for those of you that are in the Fashion Sewing Club, we had a great live members Q&A. So if you're in the club, be sure to go back and watch the replay. We had Eileen on, and she was showing a tutorial on the new My Lace Maker software. And it's pretty cool. But if you're looking to use it in the future, or if you've already purchased it, it was a great tutorial. So plus we had a lot of other fun in there. So you guys, what's going on today? I have a couple things. It's not going to be a super long show. This is my purchase of the day, of the week, I should say. So I've been cleaning the studio. I finally am back in the studio for a little while, and I got to get things ready. I have some exciting news. In June, Brother International will be coming here with all the brand ambassadors. So we are doing just a little event here at my studio. I'll let you know the date, but we will be doing our live show will be on that Wednesday. I think it's June. I'll give you the date. I'll put it out in the email, but it's like the first or second week of June. I'll have to let you know. But we're going to do it a little bit earlier that day. It will be at noon, and all the brand ambassadors will be here. You'll have a chance to say hi to them, meet them, kind of in person, live. It doesn't get much better than that. So anyways, I've been cleaning. Now, when you have all this fabric everywhere, it's a little difficult to clean all the little areas. I found this at Ace Hardware. I don't even know what I paid. I think it was like $2 or something. This thing comes off, goes in the wash. I know you guys have seen this before. I've seen the real big ones, but not this little guy. This thing is sweet. So it just cleans, and it dusts around all of my fabric because you can't spray stuff on this fabric. You can't spray with anything else, but it works great. So I'm just curious to know if you guys have ever seen these. I think these would be pretty easy to sew, by the way. It looks like it's just a strip sewn together at the end. Here's a piece of elastic. I don't know. It's my new little tool for the week when you're not feeling good. I suppose I could use it as a Kleenex too, but that might be a little gross. Okay, so I've got a live caller today. Susan is going to be joining us on the phone today. If anybody wants to call in, you guys can send me a private message. I'll get it right now and I'll call you. So today is mostly live Q&A, and I have some show and tell to show you, and we are talking about needles. Yesterday, I made a huge mess. During the live show, we were talking about sewing machine needles, and I have this cute little nifty thing. Thank you, Rhonda from Schmetz Needles. Now, these are needles I purchased, believe it or not, but she gave me the board so I could organize. So let me just bring this a little closer so you can see. This is what I was showing off. Now, notice the needles, it's a little bit low. Because half the needles, when I put this on the floor, it tipped over. So we had a good laugh at the end of the day yesterday, and I still wasn't feeling great. So I went home, and I didn't clean up the needles. So I thought today will be a good day to go through the needles and let you guys had a few questions about different things. So I did some research to make sure I was on the right page, and I thought we would talk a little bit about what needle goes with what fabric, how often to change your needles, a few Q&A about that, and then some live things from you guys. So, all right, I see your guys are all here, and yes, and it's pink. Of course this is pink. I can see that, Arnell. Would you think of it any other color? Absolutely not. So, hey, by the way, did you guys see, I don't know how many of you are on my Win an Angel Facebook page. I posted a photo. Let's see if I can find it for you. Because I have all my friends. My fishing friends are on here. Let me just see if I can bring this up for you. last weekend was literally miserable weather. That's the only way you could call it, except Sundays turned out super nice. But we went fishing. Fishing was, okay. Okay, the first day. Let me just open this up for you so you can see this. All right, hold on one sec. You got to see this picture. I'm bragging right now, just a little bit. I got to brag for my fishing friends. All right, here we go. You ready? This was my big catch last week. Yes, and everyone was joking that I'm wearing. I'm not wearing the biggest fish, that I caught the biggest fish. I think the guys just had me hold that one, but we had a great day on day 2. Day 1, we didn't do very good. Day 2, I think we had the best catch of the whole tournament. So that's the way to make that work. But that is our fishing, and the weather was much better on Sunday. This weekend's not looking so good, but hey, you never can tell. The fish like to bite when it's raining, right? Okay, let me bring this back down. I knew you guys would like that. All right, so let me bring up my little bragging rights for the day. I love this top, Amy. So I'm going to just pop this up here. Okay, Amy, this is super cute. This is in our Angela Wolf Patterns group. Any of you can join it. You just have to answer a question why you want to be in the group, because you have to like sewing or fashion or something, right? I can see, by the way, I'm going back here. I can see you guys commenting on the photos. Michelle, I see you're in San Diego. And yes, Susan, I think that fish was bigger than me. And if you hold it out front, it looks even bigger, but I can't hold it close to me. I'll get slimed, right? All right, let's see here. Dinner for a week. Dinner is good. All right, cute top, Amy. You got a lot of people in here saying hello, and this is super cute. Do I throw the fish back? No, we eat them. Actually, we can't eat all of those. We donate them at each tournament. So every tournament has a different charity that we donate the fish to. So the whole tournament usually donates. So it might feed, it depends. It might feed a homeless shelter, or there might be a kids. I could see like my logo in my head. That's so awkward. But anyways, we might feed whatever organization it is that we're giving the food for. So some of the guys will get together and clean all the fish. I don't clean fish anymore. Wynn says no, because my fingers are too valuable. But I love cleaning fish because I'm pretty good at it. So anyways, we give the fish away. It fills their freezer sometimes for the whole year. There's a place in Grand Haven that's been taking fish the last few years. I think it's like a teenage, younger group that takes it. And yeah, it's pretty cool. It's salmon. It's good for you. And I couldn't possibly eat all that salmon, right? All right. Eleanor is listening as she sews. Let's get back to Amy's top here, because Amy, hope you don't mind bringing this up. Usually you don't, or I would have sent you a message. But this top is so cute. This is the ruche tee, and she always has the best outfit to go with it. So she said she found this fabric. If you're on here, Amy, leave a comment. Oh, does Amy have the same top that I have on? Yeah, we do. Different fabric. I think Amy wrote in here, though, that she found this fabric, on the remnant thing at Fields Fabrics, which I just love that. I think that's really cool. Fields Fabrics, for those of you that live in Michigan, is one of my absolute favorite places to shop because, well, I go to the one in Holland or Muskegon. Amy, I think you're on the other side of the state, so I'm guessing you go to the one in Grand Rapids. Maybe. So, Amy, if you're on here, pop by and say hi. Tell us a little bit about this top. But I just saw this morning, and looking that way, you probably went off to work. All right, so I can see Gertrude says, love that top. I agree. And Liz says, I love remnants. Ditto on that one. Absolutely ditto. Terry, great to see you again. Terry, there's a couple Terrys. And are your fingers insured? Michelle, actually, it's kind of funny that you say that, but yes, you can insure your hands. So just a tip there. She's adorable anyways. I agree. Oh, Sandy, great to see you today. Still remember being covered with fish scales from cleaning Lake Erie perch. Okay, so first off, Sandy, perch are absolutely a pain in the tush to clean. If you guys don't have ever cleaned fish, let's talk fishing for a second. Salmon's really big. You know, you just like slice it and then slice the other side and take the skin off. I won't say any more for those of you that get so grossed out about that, but that's how you eat the fish, right? Perch are like this big. So you have to scale them, and then you have to, I mean, they're, I'm surprised you're not still covered in scales, Sandy, because that's just hilarious. Perch. There we go. I can see you guys saying you love salmon. No sharp objects for you. Isn't that the truth? All right, so I got a few more things here. Beautiful top. You're making one over the weekend, Linda. Can't wait to see it. And Melody says, as a hairdresser, she was going to insure hers. That was a good idea. I mean, it is. You just never know if there's an accident. And Terry said she's been in New Zealand and Australia for the past month. Now that is pretty awesome. And Lynn, you made the live show. Yay! I know you just bought a new luminaire too, I believe. All right, so there was another good show. There's another good top in here, and I'm just going to bring this up so I can solve this problem for you. This is Christina. Christina says she made this ruche tee, which, by the way, it's super cute on you, and I love that color. And she wants to know why the back of the neckline is gapping. So let me see if I can make that just a little bit bigger for you so you can see that. You can kind of see it. It's just a little bit off the back. And she wants to know how she can fix that or what she should do in the future. I think that's a great question. So let's talk about that. How do you get rid of that section? So first of all, it depends how thick your collar is. So when you're adding a neckline to a knit, I usually measure around the neckline. Just use my hands here. There's your neckline. Okay. And I take away at least 1 inch. Now, if your fabric's super stretchy, I take away more than that. Another tip is if you're using a wider neckline. Now, there's 3 collars in my ruche tee. It's the narrow, the medium, and the large. The medium was ideally designed for the twisted collar because if you just attach that wider collar, it's going to gap a little bit. So here's a couple tips for you. If you're going to use the medium collar or you're using any other t-shirt pattern and you're having difficulty with this, if you cannot get that collar lined up or it's gapping, you have a few options. You can make the collar a little tighter, but you can also, see if I can find my little piece of paper here. Hold on 1 minute. Just bring this down here. Can you let me know you guys can see this? Hopefully I don't knock the cords off. That would be bad. You see that okay? Okay, so if this is normally your binding that you're going to put on your neckline, and this is the fold for that. Okay, so you would normally fold that, turn it in, fold it together, sew these sides. You'd end up with a circle like this, right? You can actually sew the edge like that. Or if this is the fold, which this means this is the top of your collar that sticks out of your shirt, this section and this section will be attached to your shirt. You can make this section, when you sew it, instead of sewing a straight line, do a little indentation. What does that do? Well, when your collar's finished, your collar will actually look more. This is some good sketching for a Wednesday, right? It'll look more like that instead of a rectangle. That makes sense? So that is one tip for you. And that's one way that you, sometimes if I'm adding a wider collar, like even this one here is 1 layer. I've shown you guys this before. My blog is back up, so I'll be sure to add this pattern to it, but I'll also add it in the fashion sewing group next week sometime. If you haven't seen it, I mean, this was like a year ago. So if you missed this one, you're a little behind schedule, but it's still there and it's still fun. This is 1 layer. And this one starts small at the neckline and then goes out. So then it can kind of just drape. So the collar, what I'm getting at is the collar doesn't have to be an exact rectangle. That makes sense? Okay, got it. All right, so only cut 1 side like that, Lynn says? No. So for this one, this is only 1 side. If you're doing the whole binding for the collar, where you're folding it in half, this is what your whole collar would look like. And you would have this and this. So like when you're sewing it around, you're going to just sew like a triangle instead of straight up and down. Just try it once. Once you do that, you'll look at it and go, oh, yeah. So it's a little wider to get on your neckline so you don't have any wrinkles through here. And then it's closer to your neck. Just an idea. And you can also use that technique for attaching, maybe you want a neckline that's 3 inches wide. Now, if you use that without twisting the collar, you would end up with gapping all over the map. So again, you can make where the folded edge is just a little bit smaller than the edge that's going to go on your shirt. This is exactly what it would look like when you're finished. And then it would keep it close to your neckline. If you've already made the top like she has, which I'll bring this back up here because I love the color. And she says, thanks for the great suggestions. She's already fixed this one. From this group, I've successfully adjusted the binding. Photos in the comments. All right, I got to see. Let's see. Where's the photos? Oh, here's the finished product. And yes, you did have a little bit wider neckline. So that looks really cute on you. And the other thing is, if you had this ready to go and you're like, I can't get this attached, I'm so annoyed, I don't want to throw the top out, you can actually add little darts to your neckline. You guys might have seen one of these tops I've done before where, and of course I'm wearing a big top today, but if this was my top and it was too big, you can actually just give yourself little darts right here on the back. It would blend in. Nobody'd even see it, even if you had short hair. It would just make it look like it was part of your top. I have a couple tops like that I've worn before. The brown that I took the dye out of, that one was super cute. And that was a hot mess. And it turned out to be one of the cutest tops ever because I just added little darts all the way around the neckline, facing out. Yeah. All right. Hey, Jenny, go back to work. Don't be late. Nice to see you, by the way. It's like a dart in the neckline. Yeah, that's exactly what it is, Irene. Connie wants to know, will you come out with a plus size for this pattern? Connie, I already have a plus size for that pattern. That is the ruche tee, and all of my knit tops have misses and plus. So you can get size extra, extra small to extra large, I think is the misses, and then extra, extra large to 5X is the plus. And the plus is cut totally different than the misses. So it has a little bit narrower shoulder, rounded neckline here. I think you'll like it. So I think I just posted a discount code in our newsletter. If you did not get the newsletter this morning, that means you're not signed up. I sent one out this morning on purpose because I've had a few little technical issues and they're all resolved, I think. So I wanted to just send an update to everyone. But I think this is the discount for the next couple weeks, if I can spell right. So if you need a pattern, there you go. Spring 15 at angelawolfpatterns.com. So yes, got it. Glenda says, just made a dress that came out that way. I wasn't sure what to do with it. Thanks. Well, Rebecca, let me know if you need any more help on that because there's other options too, but those are the easiest. Amy says Marcy Tilton does the dart thing in her collars. Yeah, I haven't seen that on, but it's very cute. Wish I'd known that for a top I made. I used the border print on. Oh, Lisa. Yeah, that's a good. Well, you can do both ways. And the worst case is if it doesn't work and you don't have enough fabric, you can just make the collar a little thinner. And that will make it tighter as well. So, all right. So I have got a special guest today. Let's see if I can bring her up on here. It's one of our Wolfpack. Let's see. I think I saw you on here a little bit ago. She is Facebook has called her a top fan, which actually many of you are my top fans, which I thank you so, so, so much. That just means you must hang out with me a lot, right? All right, so let's give Susan a call. She sent me a message this morning and said she'd love to say hi. So let's say hi. See if we can, we're not surprising her. Hi, Susan.
How are you, Angela?
Good. How are you? I'm just going to make sure everyone can hear you. Let me turn up my volume.
I'm doing very well, although I'm in the dark right now.
Uh-oh.
Well, our next door neighbor is getting a new dusk to dawn light, and the power people are here installing it. So no power, no internet, but thank goodness for cell phones. And we have a Verizon tower like 100 yards from our house. So, I mean, we're good.
Oh my gosh. So you guys, if you missed that at the beginning when I just turned her volume up, she's sitting in the dark.
Thank goodness it's daytime.
Although I just looked at the radar and I think, are you guys getting a ton of rain?
We have had lots of rain, yes, and it's kind of one of those things where you think, okay, what time is it going to rain today? So we haven't had storms, but it's been the steady rains off and on throughout the entire month of April, and we didn't have any rain yesterday, so that was a big relief.
I am so with you on that. I think we're going to get it for the next few days. So, is Steve
we
there?
just-
Is he out working in the?
Well, he's out in the garage, but he said to say hello.
For all of you that don't know that, that's her husband.
Yes, and he thinks that he knows you too. He thinks that he is your best friend. So I mean,
Oh, awesome. So, what are you up to today?
well, actually, just got back from having a mani-pedi, and that's another fun story in itself because Steve was out talking to the power guys and said, well, asked about the power going out and how long it was going to be, and because he knew you were coming on, and it was like an important thing. And so he has two battery packs for me, by the way, so I don't run out of power. But at any rate, he said, well, I got to take my wife to the doctor. I'm like, what? I'm not telling those guys I'm going to go get a mani-pedi. I'm like,
okay, that's awesome. Now, by the way, did he go for a mani-pedi too, or did he just?
Yeah, for the last couple of years, I'm telling national TV,
or
national radio, or whatever. Is a national thing. Steve Fisher is going for mani-pedis with his wife.
Okay, so Wynn's not here, but he'll probably kill me for this. But he goes with me too. That's like every once a month we'll go to a place downtown, hang out together. They put us in chairs right next to each other. We sit there and talk, and then we go have a beer afterwards. How do you know?
That's exactly right. That is exactly what we do. And he makes jokes with the girls and stuff. And he said, well, I had to tell him I was bringing my wife to the doctor. And a guy is sitting right next to him in the other chair. And he said, I'd rather come here than go to the doctor. It was like, it was just like, Steve says, I have to go do something manly now. Like, I don't know, slay something.
Okay, that's awesome. Well, you tell Steve he rocks.
I will. I most certainly will.
All right. So yesterday we were live. I have a question for you. You are in the Fashion Sewing Club group, but you've also been a member of the Wolfpack forever that we've all named ourselves.
Yes.
And I'm reading all the comments, by the way. Michelle says, real men get mani-pedis.
Yes, they do.
So what are you sewing this summer? Because you have been working on a couple projects.
Yes, I have. I have been, the last couple weeks, been doing lots of pattern hacking, muslin making, and pattern drafting. And one thing I did was, I know that you had, I want to say, maybe even last summer, you did a draping of a skirt with a wrap skirt, and you kind of put the rounded edge on it. And I thought, well, I'm not a draper. So I took the Kate and I pattern hacked it. And I made a muslin out of it. So now I have that pattern to go into, I call it my tulip wrap Kate. So I've got that. And then I purchased this really pretty digital linen print last summer. And when it arrived, the design was a lot larger than what I thought it was going to be.
Uh-oh.
I thought this will not fit on an Evelyn and make me look anything like, other than I'm wearing my grandmother's clothes. I mean, it was just, the print was too big. So I thought, I've got to put some seaming in it to cut that design up. So I cut the Kate apart. I cut the Evelyn apart. I put a yoke on it. Kind of made a little funnel neck because I saw that on some news reporter and thought I liked that design. And if all else fails when you're watching the news, look at the clothes, get some ideas. So I did that, and then I put princess seams down the front. So that will give me some different things to play with in regards to placement of the designs, and yet it won't look quite so large and overpowering. But so that's kind of where I am. I've got my muslins looking fairly decent with the adjustments that I needed to make to the paper patterns. So I'm doing pretty good now in that regard. So now it's to take it to the fabric.
I can't wait to see what that turns out like. I wonder.
I can't either, to be perfectly honest. And I will tell you, you have spoiled me now. I used the first thing I used the dress.
Yeah.
Okay, and I thought that's pretty neat, but a little difficult to work with. And my last thing, I bought some charmeuse, and I think I am spoiled. I think once you have charmeuse, you never go back.
Well, that is that's the danger of that one, by the way, because once you do use charmeuse, it's impossible to use something else.
it feels better. It just handles more easily, and it's just exquisite. I think, okay, I'm done now. I mean, what can I say?
Except though, the real bad part for anybody who doesn't know, charmeuse can get a little pricey.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
And sometimes, and quite often, it costs more than the fabric even on the outside of my outfit, if you can believe that.
Oh, exactly. Oh, I do know, because I can relate. The lining is costing a lot more, and once I started making Evelyn's and lined them, now I can't not line them. It's just so much more. I don't know. It just seems to turn out better. They drape better. They wear well, and I just think I can't. It's awkward for me to do it with no lining.
Okay, so you talked about something last month, which I'm working on for the month of June then for Fashion Sewing Club. You gave me the idea I had this whole entire PDF lesson on how to quilt the fringe skirt, which is similar how I quilt my Chanel style jackets. Let's be clear there. So have you ever tried this, on a skirt? After you do it, you'll never be able to not do it on a skirt.
Well, see, that's what I'm afraid of too. But I went ahead and I bought this fabric that looks like it should be a Chanel jacket. It's a pink and black tweed, and I also bought charmeuse to line it with, and I to do the quilting. And I thought, then I looked at your video on how to quilt the jacket, and I thought, and you even had a skirt there that you had done, and I thought, I think I can do that. And you explained, I took notes, and you explained in very great detail. Now there's some things I'm probably not going to be as clear-headed on as far as how to finish the vent and then do the quilting or then do the all of that, but it'll work out fine. I'm sure. I can always ask questions, but I'm looking really forward to making that. And as you said, I can sense that's another one of those things that once you do it, you'll never go back to just plain.
Well, and the other thing is, the one thing I have not done yet is a quilted full Evelyn dress, like a sheath dress. I think that would be so comfortable. It'd be like wearing your pajamas around.
Absolutely. Well, and lined dresses, especially when you line them with something really that feels, quality, they're so much more comfortable, and you don't mind wearing a dress. I mean, I kind of enjoy wearing them. Dresses are a lot cooler in the summertime than even wearing pants and a top, and they look a little sharper than, like, especially if you're going to church or out to dinner or whatever. You just kind of, I feel like it's time to, spruce up a little bit, not be such a schlep.
First off, I can't imagine you being a schlep, but so everybody's on here. I don't know if you can see comments while you're talking to me. Oh, you can't because you don't have power.
Right.
They're all saying that they cannot wait to see what you're going to put together. I was trying to see if I could find your red dress on here in case somebody hadn't seen that on here. It was a little while ago.
Yeah, I think it was in December or January.
Okay, I probably won't be able to go back that far.
Yeah, and I actually had a message from Wes the other night. He asked me, with the silk dupioni, is there a right and a wrong side? And I said, well, I don't know if there is, but I pretended that there was. and I said, I just did not get in any trouble. And I told him that I picked the side that I wanted, made sure I marked it with, chalk or whatever, and would, in the side. And then I also treated it as if it had a nap, whether it does or not, just so that I wouldn't get messed up.
That is a great, by the way, it doesn't necessarily have a nap, but what it has is a shine. So if you don't cut all the pattern pieces on a silk dupioni going the same way, you're going to walk down the street and it's going to be like a glow for all your pattern pieces, whichever pieces don't match up that way.
Right. And it doesn't take that much effort to have them all go the same way. It just doesn't.
Yeah, no, it's not. It takes a little bit of extra fabric, but not much. I have a piece of dupioni behind me. As soon as I feel better next week, I'm going to try needle felting. I have 2 different colors, and I want to see what they turn out like, because that will bring out the color from inside the fabric, which will be very cool.
Absolutely. Now, I know this is a crazy question, but I'm not very adept on my embroidery machine yet. Can you needle felt on the embroidery machine?
That's a good question. I know I've done it on there's an attachment for the PQ 1500. Then there's an attachment for some of the other Brother machines. Then there's a standalone machine, I think that Baby Lock has. Anybody have an answer to that? Because I think unless you have an attachment, you can't do it like just on the machine.
So will you do needle felt by hand?
No, I have a machine.
Okay.
I have the attachment.
Of course you do.
I know. Well, ironically, I have the attachment for the PQ 1500, which is snaps in. It's that less expensive brother machine that just goes straight, but it's super fast. I've used that one. And then one time when I was on the set of It's So Easy, Simplicity used to make a standalone machine like that, and they sent it to me to test. And then I loved it. When I shared it with other people, they didn't have it anymore. So that one is just a standalone machine that does it. So either does it, and then what you do is you just do the needle felting, and then you press it, and it turns the fabric. Just gorgeous.
Oh, wow. Well, I know the one time you had demonstrated some just embroidery, specific and systematic location of a design on the silk dupioni, and I thought that is just lovely. And I still would like to do something like that, maybe a skirt, not something as all over as maybe a little overwhelming as a dress, but I mean, I just think that it's such a lovely embellishment.
Yeah, and it's fun, and and kids could do it too. So if my nephews come, it gives them something to do.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
Just keep their fingers away from the needles. So,
absolutely.
well, I can't wait to see. Oh, Wes is in here, by the way. Hi, Wes. We're talking about you. Did you know that? We're talking about the dupioni. So Wes has been working on some cool projects lately too.
Yeah, yes, he has. Yes, he has.
All right, so Susan, I'm going to see you in June.
Yes, you
it's
are.
going to be a little surprise that I can't share with everybody, but Susan and Steve are popping through town, and Wynn and I are going to get a chance to have lunch with them, hopefully.
Yay!
Yes.
Can't wait. Looking forward to
I'll
it.
look forward to seeing your new outfits. Maybe I'll have my jeans done by then.
Well, maybe. Maybe. And maybe it'll stop raining in Evansville.
Oh, yeah. Glenda says put them to work. Does that mean, Glenda, should I put Susan and Wes to work, or? The nephews.
The nephews. All of us. All of the above.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yes. Well, I hope you guys get to feeling better, get over this cold thing quickly, and I'll look forward to seeing you in June. But again, back next Wednesday.
Oh, thanks. And it's so great. Thanks for calling in today, because everybody loves to hear your voice. So thanks, Susan.
Thank you so much. Bye, everybody. Love you all.
Okay, bye, Susan. She's obviously not leaving all the way because she's still on the Facebook, but I can't believe she didn't have power today. What a bummer. So I see a couple answers here. Danny says, yes, it's possible to needle felt with an embroidery machine without the attachment. Dime and CME had an article. Danny, if you see that article, or if you see a link to it to a blog, will you share it with me? Because I'll make sure that I add that here. I've just never tried it. So, I mean, that was a great question. And I just want to scroll back a little bit. Excuse me for the sniffles, guys. I can't help it. But just like I said yesterday, be happier on that side of the screen. Okay, so Marianne, she said her husband's having knee surgery, and to take her mind off surgery, she's in the waiting room hanging out with us. So Marianne, we are wishing your husband much success with his surgery, and I hope he heals fast. And I see a lot of people told you that. Melody, Clovis, everybody's saying. Tracy says, sending thoughts your way, Mary. And all right, so let's scroll back up here. Judy has a comment here. She has several of poly scuba knit left over from a project. Any tips on what garments I can make with it? Well, that dress that Wes made was pretty cute. That was with scuba knit. I have a new skirt that I tried with scuba knit. I don't know, how much do you have, Judy? You got like a half a yard, a yard? That makes a big difference. It makes great little belts, accent belts. You could use it for, you could make the Evelyn dress and just do like a little color blocking with it. Oh gosh, pitch in, you guys. What else could she do with that? And then Tracy, I posted this, but she's over there avoiding tackling the waistband on her jeans. Oh, Tracy, it's not that hard. What part are you stuck on? Because, well, the top stitching takes a while, but make sure your waistband is curved. It'll be higher in the back and lower in the front. I don't know what pattern you're making, but if you're using mine, that's not so bad. And baste it in first so you know it fits. That's the biggest secret. It'll save you a ton of ripping out. So, okay, you guys are saying Bernina has an attachment for that. Yeah, and yeah, there's a few different options for you guys on that. I also have the needle felter that's just the hand one. That would take forever, but if you're just doing a little embellishment around the neckline on a dupioni. So what I'll do next Wednesday is, why don't next Wednesday we plan on, I will do the needle felting live for you guys. So you can see how it works. You can see what the fabric looks like, because if you do this on silk dupioni, the fabric gets kind of, it looks scary. If I do it live, at least you'll know what to expect and you won't completely freak out and think that you ruined all this very expensive fabric. So, Glenda, I'm still laughing. I think you're talking about my nephew, so that's even funnier. Crystal says, I'm so out of the loop. I got the super flu on Easter and still have it. I missed out on the last shows, missed you all, and we miss you. And I hope you're feeling better, Crystal, because I don't know what bug I got, but it's not fun. I've had it for like a week and a half now. But oh, what do you do? Wes, you didn't do anything. We were complimenting you on your work, and we were talking about that the fabric from that black dress. I wonder if oh, I think I put it in the closet, or I would just grab it right here. All right, nephews. Yes, I'm seeing that. All right, let's see. Jeans done, but not hemmed. Hey, Sandy, you got your jeans done? Congratulations. They're not hemmed. The hemming is the easiest part. So kudos to you. My jeans are over there still, but I cleaned almost the entire studio today and yesterday, and I think I'm going to be ready to keep rolling. I'm finishing the last couple things on the Linda plus size tunic. The Mrs. tunic is finished. That's been finished. So I'm just finishing the last things on the plus size, and that will be launching. So keep an eye in your email boxes. If you did not get a newsletter today, you can send me a private message. I'll send you a link of how to sign up, or you can just go to my website, angelawolf.com, whichever website you want to. Okay, let's see together. You guys are hilarious. Everyone's saying bye, Susan, but you're still here. And isn't it nice to hear somebody's voice? You guys hear mine all the time, and I feel like I'm talking to you, but it's super fun when you're on the other line. So don't forget for future shows, if you message me your phone number, I will call you. And it's a first come, first serve. So if there's like a whole bunch of you, then I'll just pick a few and let the other ones go the following week. So if you ever want to call in or you want me to call you, all you have to do is message me your number, and that's how it works. Okay, let's see. Cynthia's on here. Boy, there's a ton of you in here. And yes, I love Susan's ideas. I'm going to scroll up just a little bit, and we're going to get to these needles. Which needle felt machine do you own? Lynn wants to know. I already went through that. The Brother PQ1500 has an attachment, which is really easy to do. I don't know if I have a video on that, but we'll bring all that live next week. I'll put it all right here front and center. And Tracy said it's your boot cuts. The buttonhole is giving me angina. Okay, that is hilarious, Tracy. The buttonhole. Oh, speaking of buttonholes, have any of you tried this? We were talking about this recently in one of our live classes. Have you ever tried on the machines, the embroidered buttonholes versus just, okay, so let me just show you. Come on, walk with me. I'm going to walk you over this way, all right? So hopefully we don't trip. You can see I'm still working on, this is my sleeve number 1, this is sleeve number 2. I wonder if I can pause this. Let's see. This is my design. I think I'm going to save this, and then I can go back and remember. It always tells me what number I'm at. So if I put this on camera, I can go back. Somebody type this in for me into the comments. 15678. And then I will know exactly what I need to go back to. I'm going to save it to the machine. All right, let me just pop in here and show you guys where this is. If you've never tried this, I think this would be very cool. I think it's, now bear with me, and hopefully, let me just see if I can set you down so you're not so wobbly. Is that better? Kind of. All right, I can see you saying get the comment off the board so you can see better. All right, guys, how's it? I was actually going to do this this week on the Brother Live Sewing Show, but yesterday I just was not feeling well enough, so sorry, guys. This bug will go away. So on here, now I cannot remember where these are, so just scan through here real quick. Oh, there they are. That was difficult. There's a whole icon for it in case you missed that. Hello, number 5. So you have all of these different things. These are some of the others. Let's see what's in here. These are cool. Okay. These are embroidered buttonholes, in case you did not see that. So let's just pick one. Well, that one's cute. That one's different. There's even keyhole ones. When you click set, and you see that is an actual buttonhole. So you could take your jeans. I can see another tutorial coming up, but this will at least walk you through it. When you click embroidery, that's going to be embroidered. You can put your jeans right onto the hoop with sticky back tearaway, which I do have on my site now, by the way. And I'm just going to see what this looks like when it comes up on the screen. Can't really see it, it's too dark. Is that white? Now, I'm not going to embroider this on my lace, but let's see if I can just move this higher so you can see what this looks like. There is what you see how big that buttonhole is? Now you can make that any size you want. That thing is like from here to here in case you can't see that. There's some other ones on here too. And you just put your outfit or your pants or your jacket right on some sticky back tearaway, just tearaway, and that way your pants can just set right on top of it. You're not hooping it. Let's see what other ones. There was a few others in here that were pretty cool. I think it's on this here. Well, you can go to town on these machines, by the way. There are a lot of options for these other buttonholes. So just take a look at them. You can add flowers to the edges of them. And guess what? When you do that, and you don't have to have the luminary, you can have a different, like the Dream Machine. There's some of the other machines have those buttonholes in them too. I think even my first brother machine ever, my Quattro, has those buttonholes. So what you'll do is you'll take sticky back tearaway stabilizer, put it in the hoop, just float your jeans or your jacket front or something like that. Place your buttonholes onto the embroidery screen, hit embroider, and you're good to go. The only thing you have to be careful is that your jeans don't like fall off of the sticky back, or if you're doing a whole jacket, make sure everything is lined up correctly. But I think that that's pretty cool. I have a few people asking. Gertrude wants to know what's needle felting. Gertrude, come back next week. We're going to do some needle felting. It's basically a bunch of needles that just embed something. It could be wool. It could be fabric. It could be, I'll bring my samples out next week so you can see. Pam says that would be awesome. Demur says that would be awesome. Oh, you guys are so good. Scuba clutch bag. Hey, Wes, there you go. Okay, so the scuba clutch bag, that's a perfect idea if you only have like a small bit of fabric. I knew you guys would have good ideas. Linda says she's not sewing right now. She tore her rotor cuff. Oh, on your right arm. We're so sorry for you, Linda, but hopefully you can still hang out and enjoy the shows with us. Rebecca says, oh, something about your mini clapper catching. I will send you a private message because it shouldn't be doing that. So, and yes, you can sand those. There's not anything on them. I chose not to have any chemical or anything like that on them just for the protection of fabric, but it shouldn't be doing that. So I will send you a message. First time here, Jeannie. Great to see you. All right, you guys, I'm just going to scroll through a few more of these. We're going to get to the needles and I'm out of here because I have an afternoon filled with stuff and I don't want to lose my voice. Does Brother have a needle felting attachment? Irene, yes, they do for a few different machines. So if you call your local dealer, or you could, if you don't have a local dealer, you can email one that's a little bit farther from you and see what they have to offer. All right, we have Cindy in from Sheboygan. Cindy, I used to fish a tournament in Sheboygan. I don't think we're doing it this year, but that is the cutest town ever. If anyone, has anyone ever been to Sheboygan, Wisconsin? It's definitely. All right, Emily says, can't wait till next Wednesday. All right, I promise. You guys, don't let me forget to bring the needle felting out next week or I'll be in trouble. Arnell, what is the discount on patterns for spring? It is, did I leave it up here? Spring 15. That's it. Capital letters, spring 15. So I'm digging in my needles here. Where's the video on needle felting? There isn't one. Oh, Karen says, need to take a portable mic with you. Oh, I'm so sorry, you guys. I was over there talking. I forgot. This is the mic. I'm not using the lavalier. Sorry. Another one of those where you have to figure out what I'm doing. At least you could see. Okay, hold on one sec here. I'm reading this. Barbara. Yes, I've embroidered buttonholes because you can make them really large. My son wants armholes on the hooded towel I made for my granddaughter, and I embroidered buttonholes. That's a good idea. That would. Do you have a photo of that, Barbara? I would love to see that. That's very cute. Danny says she's used embroidered buttonholes before. The presser foot for buttonhole is too bulky for some projects. Exactly right. Talking about your jeans. That's like where the fabric's really thin and then it gets thick. Big difference. And it's much easier for perfect placement. I agree 100%. Okay, I see you guys saying, Rhonda says you're filling up your new space pretty quickly, LOL. Yeah, Rhonda, I have definitely been doing that. So, all right, you guys, let's talk about needles for a minute. I'm just going to make sure I didn't miss any big comments on that. Wow, Stacy's up early, 6 a.m. Great to see you. Okay, here we go. Let me bring this up. Who shared this? One of you great people in my Wolfpack group shared this today. Leave a comment if you did this, because I don't think I left, let's see. I left the name. Jenny, I asked her to share this in the group. This is the name tag she was wearing when I met her in October in Ohio. They both started with an O. Okay, I can tell I'm getting too much cold medicine. Jenny had this on. Is this the cutest thing ever? So she put her name. This is all embroidered. She had her badge number, so then she could remember, to get into the place. And then she put one of the wolf pack. I think that is precious. So I asked her to post that for our next event, which isn't until October in California, which I'm hoping to see many of you there. And okay, this photo was pretty funny, Glenda. So Glenda posted this, and I have to delete some photos out of the group because if it's not related to sewing or whatever we're talking about. So I had to do a double take. And at first I thought it was somebody gotten in an accident. And I was thinking, oh no, this is terrible. And then I looked closer. And first off, Glenda, I think you're taking a picture from your car. So hopefully you were stuck in traffic. That's a sewing machine behind, like it's a truck with a couple motorcycles and a sewing machine. So if you're in the group, you have to go see that. It is just hilarious. All right. And now I don't see who posted this. So whoever did this, oh, here's Reen. This was a cute picture. Reen is wearing, yes, I have them now, the Angela Wolf thread cutters. As soon as I have a whole batch coming, I've already I think I have a few left. I've sold almost all of this first batch out. So those are on the website too, by the way. Those are on sale. But this is really cool because when I get a whole bunch more of them, I'm going to do a giveaway. So somebody's going to win that. So Reen is there working away. I saw you just got back from another event, which is cool. And here's another one with lace in case you guys missed this. This is so cool. Marianne posted this. So I'm going to have to look a little closer at how she did this. I think she embroidered all this. I love that going down the sleeve. Isn't that fun? Yeah. So just some more ideas for you. You don't have to embroider on the garment. You could actually embroider a whole line of lace and then attach it to the garment with free motion quilting or whatever. There's a couple cool things here. Oh, here it is. Terry, you're the one that posted this. Terry Finney. Hold on. There it is. Let me bring this up so you can see this. All right, Terry, this. And in case you guys do not know, Schmetz Needles has, let me just put their website on here in case you don't know this. Hold on one second. Let's see if I can just pop this in. For those that have never heard of the website or something like that, Schmetz Needles is what I always use. Why? Just because I always have, and I know Rhonda quite well, so I've tested some of their new needles that came out, like the ones for the sticky stabilizer, things like that. Of course, I'm going to screw up the name of it because I always do. But I like their needles. It's good quality. So this was a great tip, and I will leave this link in the comments. See if I can, I don't know if I can post a comment until this is over. So I'll post this into the comments when we're finished. This told, and this is something that we talk about a lot, it told the difference between stretch needles and ballpoint needles, which I always say they're pretty close to exactly the same. All right. I mean, that's just my thing because I grab them. If I have the stretch, I use the stretch. If I don't, I use the other. The stretch needles used to come in size 12, which is my go-to size for everything. Now stretch has 7511 and 9014. So I usually keep the 11s around for just about everything. I hardly use the 14s. The jerseys, I keep the 10 and the 12s. Again, I don't really have a need for the 14 and 16 unless I'm using like scuba knit or something like that. So this is a great site. So just go to schmetzneedles.com and there's a learning center here. Let's see if I can click on that without shows, inspired to sew. Well, they have a whole website where you can go through here. Rhonda has great videos. Here is some of the new needles. There's the super non-stick needles. That's the one. I've added that to my Amazon page too, by the way, guys. I've added a ton of stuff on the Amazon if you're looking to go shopping because I bought a couple new cameras, a couple new video cameras, a couple new security cameras that you could use at your house that you can turn off, which I think is important. Speaking of, I was visiting family last week, for those of you that didn't know that, in North Carolina, if you missed the beach session. And I was having a conversation with someone, and all of a sudden my phone beeped. I must have said Google or something. I don't know. Watch, it'll happen again. And all of a sudden, my phone showed up Google with 4 different links to topics that we were talking about. That is freaky. Super freaky. So I've taken Alexa out of my house because not that I have anything good to talk about, but she's not hanging with me anymore. I guess you can never be too secure, right? All right, so here's some needles, and then I'll let you guys just go to the website and learn yourself. So the stretch needles, one thing that Schmetz does now, and if you look closely, I don't think this is mirror imaged, but I'm going to bring this site up one more time just to show you on here. Okay, no, she has, okay, let me figure out where this is on here so you can find it. They have this little booklet and they have an app that you can download. And the app is awesome because what it does is it'll tell you what needles to use with what. There's Rhonda, if you don't know Rhonda. I'll have to see if she'll come on here one of these days and say hi to us. She's a really busy lady. Okay. If you look at her needles up here, what they have is there's different colors. So what I was trying to show you is you can see how there's different colors at the top on each needle. So quickly, even without your glasses, let's see if here's some that are green and purple. I don't know how well you can see these through the camera, but they're all, the color relates to the size and the type of needle. So this is purple and green, and even on the package is purple and green. I think it's brilliant. So the idea is you really should change your sewing machine needles frequently. I change my sewing machine needles probably every, oh gosh, a lot. But I sew a lot. But I sew for knits, I probably change them every 3 outfits. If I leave them in because I'm lazy or I don't have another needle with me, then what I do is as soon as I have one skip stitch, I'm out of there. Or if you see the fabric snag, anything like that. So yes. All right, so I'm going to bring that website down. I will leave that link. If you're in the Angela Wolf Patterns Facebook group, it's free. You can join. There's the Fashion Sewing Club group, but that's if you're a member of the Fashion Sewing Club. So let's see. Are there any metal? Are they metal? Glenda wants to know. The needles? I'm not sure what you are referring to, so I'll ask that again. Lynn said she's going to be in California in October. Awesome. Oh, the thread cutter ring comes in different sizes? Yes, actually it's one size. I lost it. Did you guys see what I did with it? Because it was in my hand. It has Velcro, Sandy. So you can make it as tight as possible or as loose as possible. And oh, here it is. And just be very careful. Don't go like this. I did get a haircut last week, but it wasn't because of my thread cutters. So this is what it looks like. And then there's a little Velcro thing here. And you can make it whatever size you want. I have 2 now that I have on the boat. And then I have my bedazzled ones too. So there you go. Oh yeah, titanium for the no gummy needles. Thanks, Glenda. Sorry that I misunderstood that. All right, you guys. Anita, yes, needle felting next week. Schmetz does have an app. And thank you, Rhonda, for posting that website. So just real quick, and then we're going to be out of here. Dawn, great to see you, by the way. If you guys haven't seen her show lately, that is one of my favorites on Tuesday nights. And I just want to scroll. I agree. I love the color coding. So if you don't have the app, download it. It's super easy. If you have an older phone, sometimes those apps didn't work so well because you're out of space. Trust me, that's why I got a new phone. But I think there was one more thing on the needles I wanted to point out. Oh, chrome needles. Yes, duh. There is the chrome needles, which a lot of people have been talking about. And the chrome needles, I can say, have lasted longer. They're a little bit more expensive, but they do last a little bit longer than the other needles. Now, that doesn't mean go get rid of all of your needles. I mean, like, out of all these needles, this is a couple years worth of collection because I'll buy them when they go on sale. And, like, here's the twin needle. I love having them organized. Twin needle. Here's Jersey. And you can see some of these are the older version because they don't have the multiple colors. But the chrome, I've been testing those, and I really like those. So if you have an option to get those, I would recommend that. And this is not a paid advertisement or anything. This is nothing. I just like to use them, and I like Rhonda. Okay, for full disclosure. All right, so what do we have? I'm going to post a message here. I'll put this back up. I see some of you asking again what the code is. If you need any patterns or anything like that, here's the code. And you know I'll have a code when Linda comes out, but it's not out yet. And I do apologize for that, but life happens. That's all I can say. So Fashion Sewing Club. Fashion Sewing Club, I had a little glitch a couple weeks ago. I didn't know it necessarily, but I talked to the IT people from the website that manages it, and I think it's fixed. So what I've done for all of you that took the time trying to sign up, and it would say credit card declined or class not available, just so you know, your credit card was not declined. It was a glitch connecting the payment side to the Fashion Sewing Club. So in the newsletter this morning and in the Fashion Sewing Club, if you didn't get the newsletter, just leave a message. I'll leave a place where you can join the newsletter, and I can give you the last one that went out this morning. But I'm giving away 14-day free trial and a 30-day free trial, depending on if you want to try the month or an annual membership. It'll give you a chance to go around the club, see what's going on there. You can watch some of our previous live shows, which we just had one yesterday with Eileen, which was awesome. And so there you go. Free trial. It's going to be for the month of May. Then it's gone. So if you want to try it out now. Lynn, how frequently would you change the chrome needle? Not as frequently as my other needles, but it really depends on the fabric I'm working on and how much I've been sewing. So I know some people who change their needles like once a month. That, unless you're sewing very little, is not enough. And I also change the needle according to the fabric. So I have needles for knits. I have needles for jeans. Denim number 14 is my favorite ever. On these, I don't know if you know this, but when these packages open, this slides open and this kind of opens like this. So when I take the needle out, I put it back in. I don't know if it works with the chrome. I haven't tried it. No, it doesn't work. Sometimes I will put like just a little piece of nail polish on it or something like that, just to show that I've used that on one project or something like that. If it's been a couple projects, I don't put it back in the package. But you just put a little bit of nail polish, and then you can tell yourself, hey, you know what? I did one project on that, but I don't want to get rid of the needle, and I'm switching to a denim jean needle. It's just a way to save a little bit of money, and you're not dumping the needles each time. Terry, how do you get to my Amazon page? Good question. Wait to see the new cameras I got in there. If you're like a tech guru, you'll like some of the new stuff I posted. Hold on, I'll look it up here for you. If it lets me in. I just changed my password. Okay, here we go. One momento. Boy, internet's slow today. I wonder if it's because it's so icky outside. Here you go. It's Amazon.com/shop/Angela_Wolf. Hey, thanks, Rebecca. Terry says she's excited. Wes says he changes his needles every garment. Good job, Wes. All right, I see Karen. I see you want to get in the newsletter. What I will do as soon as I'm finished live here, I will put a link to the newsletter, and I will put a link to yesterday's newsletter in our club, in the fashion sewing group. I mean, in Angela Wolf Patterns group, where you all are a member. And then that way, in case you missed it, be sure to sign up. I'm trying to get better at sending those out like every other week instead of every other month. All right, you guys, I think that's it for the day. If you have any more questions, I will go back. I always read your comments on Saturdays. But in the meantime, this weekend, I'm going to be fishing Friday and Saturday. And so wish us luck because this is the St. Joe, Michigan tournament. So I'll see a lot of my fishing friends. The weather doesn't sound too hot for tomorrow, but the weekend sounds good. And it is radio silence. So that means that I can't sit there and hang out with you on the internet. So I leave usually one photo in the morning, and then I can go check your comments later. Did you see the sunset one or sunrise? It felt like sunset. I posted last week. Yeah. So it was great hanging out with you, Rhonda. Thank you for helping me with these little links here. And it's so great to see you all. I hope you have a great week. Next week, I think Liz just asked this question. I will be doing a Brother Sewing News live show next Tuesday. So I'm going to be doing a demo on the Luminaire. And you never know what else I might have up my sleeve. But it's going to be something all focused on Brother machines because that's what we're doing. And on Wednesday again, I'll see you live. And we're going to do needle felting. So you'll want to share that one. And don't forget, if you ever want to go back and watch these videos, share them to your page. Or if you have a friend that might like this, share it to them, to their page, or to them on Facebook, because then you can find these later on. Facebook gets a little quirky when you're trying to find things. So if you share it on your own page, you can find it later. All right, you guys, have a great day. Happy fishing, happy sewing. And Susan, again, thank you for coming on live. And I hope to see somebody else next week. All right, bye.